The camera pans over a misty forest in the Pacific Northwest, where towering pines and cedars sway gently in the breeze. The narrator's voice sets the scene. Deep in these woods, something extraordinary happened. Story of compassion, courage, and an unlikely bond between man and beast. The sound of birds chirping fades as we zoom in on a small cabin nestled by a creek. Inside, a man named Tom, a rugged 40-year-old wildlife biologist, is sipping coffee, unaware that his life is about to change forever. Suddenly, a low, mournful wail echoes outside. Tom freezes, setting down his mug. The camera follows him as he steps onto the porch, where he sees a massive mother grizzly bear standing just 20 yards away. She's pacing, her fur matted with mud, and her eyes are filled with a desperate, almost human-like sorrow. In her jaws, she gently carries a limp cub, no bigger than a dog, its body dangling lifelessly. The narrator says, "This was no ordinary encounter. This mother bear wasn't here to threaten, she was here to beg for help." Tom's heart races as he locks eyes with the bear. He knows grizzlies are fiercely protective, and approaching her could be deadly. But something in her behavior, her soft whimpers, the way she gently lays the cub on the grass, tells him she's not a threat. The camera zooms in on the cub, its chest barely rising, a deep gash on its side oozing blood. It was clear the cub was dying, the narrator explains. Tom had seconds to decide: walk away or risk everything. Tom takes a deep breath and speaks softly to the mother bear, his voice trembling but calm. "All right, Mama, I see you. I'll try to help." He slowly approaches, hands raised, keeping his movements deliberate. The mother bear watches him, her body tense but unmoving. The tension is palpable as the camera cuts between Tom's cautious steps and the bear's piercing stare. When he kneels beside the cub, the mother lets out a low grunt but doesn't charge. The narrator's voiceover adds, "In that moment, an unspoken trust formed a bond no one could have predicted." The diagnosis: Tom examines the cub, his hands shaking as he checks the wound. The gash is deep, likely from a fall or an attack by another animal, and infection has set in. The cub's breathing is shallow, its eyes half closed. The camera captures the mother bear lying down nearby, her head resting on her paws, watching Tom's every move. Tom wasn't a vet, but he'd worked with injured animals before, the narrator says. He knew the cub didn't have long. Tom rushes back to his cabin, grabbing a first aid kit, antibiotics, and a bottle of saline solution. The camera follows him as he returns to the cub, cleaning the wound with steady hands while whispering reassurances to both the cub and the mother. "You're gonna be okay, little guy. Hang in there." The mother bear shifts slightly, her eyes never leaving her cub. The narrator notes, Tom was racing against time, knowing one wrong move could break the fragile trust he'd built. The turning point as Tom stitches the wound, the cub lets out a weak cry, and the mother bear rises, her ears twitching. Tom freezes, his heart pounding, but he keeps talking softly. "It's okay, Mama. I'm helping him." Miraculously, the bear settles back down, as if understanding his intent. The camera lingers on this moment, the tension easing as Tom finishes the stitches and administers a dose of antibiotics. The narrator says, "This was more than medical care. It was a leap of faith between species." Tom wraps the cub in a clean blanket and moves it to a shaded spot near the cabin where he can monitor it. The mother bear follows, lying down just a few feet away. Over the next few hours, Tom stays vigilant, checking the cub's breathing and keeping the mother calm with soft words and slow movements. The camera shows time-lapse footage of the sun moving across the sky, with Tom sitting on the porch, the cub beside him, and the mother bear keeping watch. Tom didn't know if the cub would survive the night, the narrator says, but he wasn't giving up. The miracle. As dawn breaks, the camera focuses on the cub, whose eyes are now open, its breathing stronger. It lets out a soft whimper, and the mother bear's head snaps up. She shuffles closer, sniffing her cub, her tail twitching with cautious hope. Tom watches, tears welling in his eyes as the cub tries to stand, wobbling but alive. The narrator's voice swells with emotion. Against all odds, the cub was fighting back, and the mother bear's trust had paid off. Over the next few days, Tom continues to care for the cub, feeding it rehydrating fluids and monitoring its recovery. The mother bear never leaves, sleeping near the cabin and occasionally nudging her cub gently. The camera captures heartwarming moments, the cub taking its first steady steps, the mother bear licking its face, and Tom smiling from a distance. This wasn't just a rescue, the narrator says. It was a testament to the power of compassion. The farewell by the 5th day, the cub is strong enough to walk without stumbling, its wound healing cleanly. Tom knows it's time to let them go. The camera follows as he steps back, giving the mother bear space to guide her cub toward the forest. She pauses, turning to look at Tom one last time. The moment feels almost sacred, their eyes meeting in silent gratitude. Then, with a gentle nudge, she leads her cub into the trees, their silhouettes fading into the mist. The narrator reflects. Tom never saw them again, but he carried that moment with him forever. A mother's love, a man's courage, and a bond that defied nature itself. The camera pans back to the cabin, now quiet, as Tom sits on the porch, staring into the forest with a quiet smile. Closing. The screen fades to black, and text appears. This story is inspired by true accounts of humans and animals forming unlikely bonds. Compassion knows no boundaries. The narrator's voice returns. Subscribe for more incredible stories of humanity and nature. And share this video to spread the word about the power of kindness. Uplifting music plays as the video ends with a call to action. What would you have done? Let us know in the comments.